There is no genre that fills my spirits with greater joy and delight, or fries my nerves more efficiently as the horror film genre. Ironically, this same genre I find myself perpetually disappointed with. Just as with comedies, it's particularly difficult to make a successful and effective horror film. Because what's funny or scary to me may or may not be funny or scary to you. It's all very subjective. Still, with the recent releases of quality horror films, such as The Conjuring, Insidious, and the popular Paranormal Activity franchise, filmmakers are slowly tapping into what chills audiences to their core. And it leans more towards the psychological terror than the blood-soaked slasher films of the yesteryears. All of these elements are brilliantly composed in the recent horror film Oculus, which in my opinion is a real what she said. So here's a horror movie with brains and thrills to spare. It does for haunted mirrors what Hitchcock did for showers. Here's my review. The film tells the unfortunate tale of the Russell family. The parents, Alan and Marie, played by Rory Cochrane and Katie Sackhoff, have recently moved into a new residence with their two children, Tim and Kaylee, played effectively by Brenton Waits and Karen Gillan. When Alan purchases a bulky, majestic, antique mirror for his new home office, a series of unfortunate and horrific events ensue. The mirror possesses a bewitching power over its new owners and induces terrifying hallucinations that enliven its victims' deepest fears and insecurities. When the children begin to witness the powerful psychological grip the mirror has taken over their parents, they attempt to combat the darkness that resides inside. But their noble efforts are no match for the sinister supernatural force that lies within. The children are left mysteriously orphaned, psychologically damaged, and emotionally scarred, and the mirror disappears. We meet Tim and Kaylee 11 years after their grisly misfortune. Tim has recently been released from a psychiatric hospital and has convinced himself that the nightmares of his past were mere figments of his imagination, while the obsessive and erratic Kaylee has dedicated years to tracking down the whereabouts of the lethal object responsible for her frequent night terrors, which she locates in a nearby auction. After carefully researching the mirror's origins, she learns that her parents weren't the only victims to fall under its wrath. She devises a meticulous scheme to provoke the ghostly female specter inside, destroy the mirror once and for all, and to avenge her parents' death. Tim's initial stubbornness and reluctance to participate slowly dissipates as dark truths begin to reveal themselves, and as the mirror traps the two of them in a dizzying maze of relentless terror, disorientation, and deception. I sense you may have a sudden urge to dismantle every mirror in your house right now, and I don't blame you. The only sound you're going to want to hear after watching this film is this one right here. Oculus is a well-acted, cleverly constructed Rubik's Cube of a thriller. Rather than relying on buckets of blood, tired cliches, and hollow characters, it presents a story that toys with audiences' perception in a consistently unpredictable and terrifying fashion. These filmmakers know how to build tension, how to get your heart racing, and force you to grip the handles of your seat, or perhaps cut off the circulation of your date's hand. We are never entirely sure if what we're seeing is real or imagined, past or present, a memory or a hallucination, which consistently keeps the audience on edge and uneasy. All the terror stems from the mind, where all of our nightmares reside. Watch it at your own risk, but don't say you weren't warned.